Welcome back to the Twisted Worlds. We're continuing on with Talis' adventure today. But before we begin, the roll of the dice is always chaotic, but none more so than the algorithm. So be sure to like, subscribe, share the video. Please, life is getting rough. I could use all the help I can get. Whether it's becoming famous and earning money from it, or just having one person like the videos. Any support, because my God, I'm in it mentally, really. Just anything positive. I just need anything positive to happen, really. Slightly depressing tangent over. Let's get to it. With no energy to keep a conversation, but not exhausted enough to sleep, she could only look at the scenery. Grey. All she can see is grey. No life can be seen. Soon she sees a city that can be confused for a fortress. Talis has heard of such a place, the center of a kingdom ruled by a queen who fought in many wars, a woman strong in body, but worn in spirit and mind. Talis knows that survival will be difficult, especially for an assassin. Okay. Moving along. Let's see. Okay, that makes sense. Upon moving along the roads, the horses come to a slow stop in front of a gate. Some guards appeared in front of the two. What word did you bring? We found a potential survivor from what appears to be the source of the problem. They go over and look to Talis. Right, dodgy looking lass, isn't she? Yeah. Apparently she's been out of it since it happened, so she only got just some. She managed to get some food, but not enough to keep up energy. Well, damn. We need to be sure. You know anything else about her? We believe she might have something to do with the cataclysm, but it seems it wasn't. It's not as clear cut and dry as we thought it would be. Alright. We've got some holding cells, but we got a holding cell that we can put her in. It's also near the infirmary, so we can have people look at her, get her some proper food, get her a small proper meal at least, restore her energy a bit, you know? Yeah, that's probably the best solution. She might not like being in a cage, but at least she won't starve. And she will actually get a rest with a roof over her head, though. Alright, bring her in. Talis is too weak to argue back, but she knew this was a possibility. She walks through. She is ridden through towards the camp. She notices in the streets there are no people. There are no civilians in the streets, only armed guards patrolling. What she expected from a high militant kingdom. She's gently put into a cell. With a relatively comfortable bed on it, in it. The cell's usually for like VIP prisoners, we call them. I guess that's what you are technically, but it's also got the best bed for prison cells, so you should be able to rest. We'll get you some food. We'll get you a somewhat proper meal. And it's right next to the medical station, so someone will come and check on you. Talis gives a small nod. We're confiscating your weapons, just so you know. Talis figured that. Let's see. Dagger. This is a weird dagger. You'll probably talk about it later. You'll probably explain it to us later. In the meantime, let's get going. Rest as much as you can. The man walks off with Talis's weapons. Talis nods, drifts off to sleep. As she does, memories of the fight with Varys occur. She does not understand why. But she knows that she needs to find a solution. The magical energies that were released by Valtessan are too volatile. Without it, nature has ceased to be. So she needs to work out in her head. Is there a way to repair the damage? She continues to drift. Until she's too exhausted to think. Until a smell crosses her nose. It's not the most appealing smell, but it's the smell of food, at least. She slowly opens her eyes. A guard and a cleric have entered her cell with food, some soup, a stew, or whatever. Yeah, stew sounds better. Yeah, a stew, some bread, and a drink. We're trying to ration our food, so we're sorry, this is the best we can do. Talis, with some plenty of rest, manages to sit up. In a quiet voice, she thanks them and begins to eat the modest meal. She wholeheartedly devours the food. When she's done, she lets out a small sigh of relief. Although not the best meal, was still able to satisfy her hunger somewhat. Thank you for that. The cleric goes over to her, casts some small healing magic on her. This is no substitute for actual food or rest, but it should help regain your energy a bit. When the cleric's done, he stands up, goes, now then. Let's see. Are you strong enough to walk? Talis tries to lift herself out from the bed. I should be good. Well then. I've been ordered to bring you before the Queen. Determine whether or not you're a friend or a foe. Talis is dreading this. She knew of the Queen that they speak. Someone she'll see is difficult to deal with. Talis is brought to the castle. But unlike most castles, it's a wrought iron fortress. Inside, Talis is brought before the queen on a throne. In her younger years, she would have been called a beauty. Although her looks have faded a bit, you could still call her that. But the look in her face, her eyes, they're worn. It's not because of her looks that her beauty faded. It's the eyes and her worn expressions that clouded her old beauty. This was the look of someone who could only see war wherever they went. Upon moving forward, a guard by the queen's side announces, "You are in the presence of our mighty queen. Hero of 1,000 battles, victor of 100 wars. The peerless warrior of our land, queen to our people and our protector, the Queen Marcella." The older woman looks up. "So, this is the one who was near the cataclysm. We had to make sure she was able to speak before we could bring her to you. Fool, that's enough time for her to plan many hard things." Talis has heard rumors that the queen is poisoned by paranoia from her many years of fighting in wars. Now she understands that they're not just rumors, but pure truth. "You there, girl. Tell me what you know. What happened in the cataclysm?" A woman from the Holy Order She was truly desperate and aimed to control a being that can control nature. She summoned it, and when it perished, she completely lost. She perished along with it. The being was a being of nature. Upon its death, nature took a mortal wound. Interesting. Tell me, how did the creature die then? Talis thinks before answering. She knows if she tells the truth, she will be branded the cause of all this. A creature with dangerous venom. One that seemed to oppose them. Struck forth and felled the beast with its deadly venom. I was hiding. The queen narrows her eyes. Tell me then, what kind of creature it was? She looks at Talis with suspicion. It was a spider-like creature. Powerful venom coursed through it. Queen looks at Talis. I don't believe you. You know what I think? I think you killed the creature. And I think you're an assassin with poisons. That's it, isn't it? Now you're here, you're probably gonna kill me too. Makes sense. It all makes sense. You are the one who brought the death upon this world. That is it. That is it. Guards, prepare her execution immediately. My queen, surely she has some valuable information we can get from her. Yes. No, she will die as soon as possible. Three days' time. We'll bring her about into the city center. Yes, string her up Pull her apart from the horses. We'll do everything we can to ensure she's punished. Except that she will no longer kill anyone. Yes. She's an enemy. Enemies everywhere. She cannot be trusted. Talis looks around. The guards are nervous. They nod and take Talis back to the cell. Talis has 3 days to get out and save her life. Upon returning to the cell, the cleric there offers a small prayer and wanders off. Oof, this is gonna be rough. Oh my god. Oh no. There are a bunch of guards. Two guards for each side of the door. Talis is trying to work out a way to escape from her cell. I swear, if I'm forced to kill her off this time, I'm like, oh my god, that's a waste of a character. Holy crap. There's light at the end of the tunnel, people. There's 100% roll. Okay, think. Okay. Alright, take a bit of a narrative shift here. Go over that. That would lead to that, and that would lead to this. That would roll into this, and yeah, that could work with that and that. Yeah, okay. I got a story beat going here, okay? One night, the cell door opens. A guard walks in and the 4 guards beside him. Talis looks at the men. The one in front hands her dagger. We're getting you out of here. Talis looks on confusion. She's escorted by the 5 men. Why are you helping me? It's true that you caused this, but we also understand what it's like on the battlefield. You probably didn't have time to think of the ramifications of what you did. You were probably forced into a life or death situation. Me and my men know all about that. The Queen, if she was still in her right mind, would have understood too. As they walk, she sees a group of clerics. Hand on dagger. Did you get her out of here, sir? Of course. Good. The clerics walk with the guards. Did your research turn up anything? Unfortunately not. Damn, okay. Need to try to figure out a way around this. What is going on? The Queen's too focused on... The Queen is too focused on your execution. She's neglecting her duties. She only sees enemies everywhere. However, that won't solve the coming issues. Like, how are we going to feed our people? Sir. A cleric runs up to the group. What is it? I think we found something. It tells of a place where life thrives. Where life thrives. Apparently there's a source of... Apparently there's like a source of pure life energy or something. We don't know, but if something there could harness it, then we could probably turn this whole thing around. Exactly. Okay, this is good. This is good. At least we have a plan. Somewhat. But none of us can leave the city without the Queen getting suspicious. Talis is thinking. Then, you're gonna let me go anyway, right? Why don't I go search? They look to her. Are you sure? As you said, it was a life or death situation. But I still caused all this. Let me be the one to right it. The group looks to each other. Alright. The young cleric hands her a map. It said the place of life is due west of here. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what. Hmm. That would have been dense forest if it weren't for the calamity. So maybe it'll be easier to find. If it really is a place of life, then it should be easy to find life in a place that's already dead. Exactly. We'll lend you a horse. The faster you go, the better. Upon moving out, you need to be careful. Some more guards have a horse ready, just by the city. Here. Ride west as fast as you can. They hand her a bag. These are all the supplies we can handle. We can part with. Godspeed to you, ma'am. He's hoping God's actually favoring me this time around. Let's move. Talis rides the horse. Into the thick of night, she moves with alacrity, heading due west. Upon moving west, through the dead and grey, she notices something. She rears to her horse and takes a look. This must be where. Must be getting close to this place of life then. A flower blooming amongst the death. She moves slowly. When she moves into a certain direction, she finds more life. Upon the life, as she moves closer and closer towards it, is then she finds an unpolluted river, an unpolluted lake, plenty of plants around. She hops off the horse. The horse heads towards the lake. So does she. Both take a drink from it. Pure and clean. It is then what appears to be a woman appears beside her. What do we have here then? Talis looks up in urgency. Well, now, I know of you. You're the one that slayed Faltessan, aren't you? Talis stands up in urgency, hand on dagger ready. But the woman holds up her hands. We know of what happened. Of everything that happened. Faltessan being turned to evil. We do not fault you. You're probably here to look for a way to undo what has been done, haven't you? Who are you? I am Maliana. I am a forest nymph that lives here. We were me and my kin and our friends. We are all trying to we're all working on a way to restore life to the land. We knew you would be coming. Although we were so busy we couldn't figure out when exactly. But then one of the water nymphs here noticed a horse coming into the lake. Then we saw you and knew. Come, there's much to discuss. Young Talis. And do not worry. You are among friends here. As Talis looks in confusion, she's still wary, but cautiously follows the nymph, the dryad. What did I say she was? If anyone's paying attention to this, put it in the comments at least. This isn't just comment farming. I'm literally lost right now. Did I say she was a dryad or a nymph? Dryad. I'm going with dryad. I'm locking it in dryad. What was it for us then? No, dryad. Going with dryad. Oh god. Where's my mind at? She moves cautiously with the woman. Soon she'll find a way, with hope, that there is a way to repair the damage that's been done. And that is where we'll leave that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time on The Twisted Worlds.